obviously, with Superman coming out, the DCU being built, we've been talking a lot about what are their next moves, what are different people saying, et cetera, et cetera. Couple of interesting bits here I wanted to bring up. According to Humberto Gonzalez, the role of Wonder Woman is reportedly being looked at for a TV-centric resume, akin to Supergirl's Millie Alcock. Man, that's kind of interesting. I think this sort of speaks to how television has really gotten into the zeitgeist in a way that movies have kind of like slipped up a little bit. Television seems like it's just, especially like really big television, it seems really, really strong. I think this is actually why Guy Ritchie steps away from Roadhouse, and he's just doing his shows, right? So he's got his two really popular shows. He just wants to stick in with that. So that's kind of interesting. It just shows you a little bit of like how the industry's changing. At the same time, who could this be? You know what I mean? Like, who could this be? Oh, Gunn just debunked this report. Look, no offense, but that doesn't actually mean anything just because Gunn has debunked a lot of stuff that has ended up being real, right? I would imagine if Gunn, I don't know what Gunn said exactly, but I would imagine he's like, we're not just looking at TV-centric people. Fair. But, I mean, I still think this is probably real. Regardless, who could this be? Who should it be? I don't really know. I mean, a lot of people think Bix, Andrea Arjona here as Wonder Woman. I could see it. I don't mind this pick. I think that could be good. I'm not great at these casting things. I don't really like watch a lot of these shows and things that some of y'all be watching. But regardless, really interesting. This would indicate that they're going after it with Wonder Woman, which was something that was in the Hollywood Trade article we went over yesterday. They're fast-tracking a Wonder Woman movie. Is this now the biggest role in Hollywood right now? Is this the biggest role in Hollywood right now? I think this could be, if not the biggest, this is one of the biggest gigs in Hollywood right now, considering the rise of DC, you know, the buzz that's going on for that right now. The fact that they're fast tracking this film. So basically, like all the agents, everybody in Hollywood is probably hearing about this right now. This is probably the talk of the town, man. This is probably what most agents are focused on right now, what most viable clients or talent is focusing on right now. Kind of interesting. Now, I believe Jeff Snyder said he thinks it'll be an unknown. Okay, I'm pretty sure last night on the Hot Mic podcast, Jeff said he thinks it's going to be an unknown. Now, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense. Corrin Sweat's not exactly an unknown, but I mean, he's fairly unknown. And Brosnahan, not necessarily completely unknown, but fairly unknown. That's why they get paid less than Nicholas Hoult in the very movie, right? So, you know, this could be the calculus of, number one, you want the actor to shine through, the performance to shine through, not the baggage, not the history, not the other roles that they've had. We were just talking about the Zelda casting yesterday, and Zelda is taking an approach similar to Star Wars, or at least the way that Star Wars used to, which is more unknown. And that seems to be the approach here with Wonder Woman, if Jeff is correct. If not, maybe they grab up somebody like Andrea. You know, obviously, I think Andor did very well, so people know about her. But I don't know if they know about her enough that it would like come with some baggage and whatnot. So yeah, kind of interesting here. Maybe unknown is the way to go there. Yeah, but here's another thing that's really interesting here. Matthew Orton has reportedly turned in the script for the Bane and Deathstroke movie. What? Now, here's the thing. I think we heard about this technically a year ago, maybe more. It was rumored, okay? And at the time, I was kind of against it. at the time, you know, Sony was doing its thing, and I'm just like, dude, have we not learned? Like, I don't think this is a good move, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is lame. Don't do what Sony's doing, okay? Now, having seen Superman, I'm a little bit more open to this, okay? Because I think a movie like this, or a show like this, right? Because is it a movie? Yeah, it's a movie, okay. A movie like this could fill a space or a gap that I think Superman has. Superman's very, like, fluffy. Superman is sort of focused on him. There's not a lot of other elements and sides of this world that are explored. There's so much we don't know. Through these two characters, you open the door to all kinds of other connections and characters. Deathstroke, fascinating connections to Ra's al Ghul, to League of Assassins, to many other characters throughout DC's whole space. And then, of course, Bane, most famously, is connected to Batman. This movie could be the solution to Gunn's Batman problem. And by the way, there's this really interesting video that's going around right now on social media. I think it's a TikTok or a Tiki-Talkie. I'm not sure, whatever the kids call it. There's a video that's kind of going viral right now. And this guy is suggesting that the way they handle Batman in the DCU would be to keep him a mysterious background figure. Something akin to what they did in Creature Commandos. Now, I didn't watch Creature Commandos, but from what I understand, Batman is kind of like barely in it, and you just see a silhouette. You don't really see him at all. Okay? We get the feeling that Robert Pattinson's Batman has to pop off before the DCU Batman pops off, and that's either way. Whether Pattinson joins or not, kind of seems like Matt Reeves' Part 2, isolated, its own thing. Maybe they can connect it, maybe not. But if they can't connect that universe to DC, but they still want to have some Batman flavor and sort of build the mystery of the DCU Batman within the canon, I actually think that could work. And you could actually, like, imagine this. What if they do the thing that Sony never did? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Do you have any idea what I could be referring to here? What if they did what Sony never did? What if this movie is a Bane and Deathstroke movie and the antagonist of the film is the Batman? And you don't even have to flesh him out. You don't have to reveal a lot about him. You just have to have him be an antagonizing force against these two characters in a narrative. Okay? So, I don't know that that's what they are going to do, but I definitely know that after seeing Superman, I'm more open to this possibility. And considering the issues they have with Batman and maybe what's going on with Pattinson, again, it seems like the Wonder Woman thing, like, you know, we just talked about that, but the Wonder Woman thing is being fast-tracked, I think, in part because Gunn doesn't have a Batman right now, and he can't do Batman without shitting on Matt's thing, you know. So, maybe this is the solution. Maybe this is a way to take a problem and turn it into a benefit, right? So all of a sudden, the lack of DC Batman becomes an ongoing bit that they play into, and they continue to tease out this thing until eventually revealing him. That could work. That could actually work, and it could mean that when we do finally get to Batman, we are just so damn interested to figure out who he is, what he knows, what he has been through. And we have some teases, some hints, some setup via this film, maybe even Clayface. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I'm getting too sweaty. But I'm seeing some potential here, man. And also, I just fucking love Deathstroke. Like, Deathstroke is such a good character. Slade Wilson is the fucking man. oh my God, do we need Deathstroke to get his shine? So, bro, I don't love going from Supergirl into Clayface, okay? But if all of a sudden we got Wonder Woman, maybe Bane and Deathstroke, and then we get into maybe some World's Finest Justice League, Batman stuff, bro, they could be cooking. They could be cooking with this shit.